3, 2, 1. Welcome to the doctors!
Hello and welcome to the doctors. I'm Dr. Clark and this is
Dr. Shane Von Ham.
And today we're here to talk to you about sleep. Today we have 3 doctors joining us. This is Dr. Guevara, Dr. Tuatasi, and Dr. Mcelhaney.
It's a pleasure to have you all on the show. And now, a brief word from our sponsors.
Buy Pain Brand pain medication for all your aches and pains.
Side effects may include nausea, vomiting, vertigo, blurry vision, spontaneous combustion, itching, rash, exploding heart syndrome, fever, swelling, slow and agonizing death, headache,
Wait, what?
bubonic plague, jaundice, kidney failure, liver failure, bleeding from the eye, dehydration, dismemberment, drowsiness, and sneezing. Do not take this medication if you are pregnant, are being treated for lymphoma, are on any other medication, own or have ever owned a cat, smoke, are allergic to any foods, are alive, have asthma, or experience frequent kidney failure.
Buy it today!
Rolling.
What's wrong?
I'm just exhausted.
Why?
I didn't get any sleep last night.
Well, you should stick around because Dr. Guevara is going to be on today and she's an expert in sleep patterns, so she can be able to tell you what's wrong.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah, let's go to her now.
Hello, today on our show we have 2 special guests, Mr. Smith and Miss Anderson. These 2 guests are on complete opposite ends of the sleeping spectrum. Here they come, Mr. Smith and Miss Anderson. Hi, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So, we have right here Mr. Smith, who is a short sleeper, and Mrs. Anderson, who is a long sleeper. Short sleepers sleep on average 5 hours or less, and long sleepers sleep 9 hours or more.
Rolling.
So here we have Mr. Smith, who is a short sleeper, and Mrs. Anderson, who is a long sleeper. So I just wanted you guys to ask a simple question. How many hours of sleep do you guys get on an average night?
I'd say I get somewhere around 10 hours of sleep each night.
Aren't you a lucky one? What about you, Mr. Smith?
At 5.
Well, actually, fun fact, only 8% of the population are short sleepers, so you're one of the lucky few, or not lucky, I guess. However, as you get older, your sleep time decreases, which is the complete opposite of an infant because they sleep like 20 hours a day. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for joining me today.
Not a problem, thank you.
You're welcome.
Do you need some help getting out of the gown?
Dr. Guevara, that was an excellent interview you just gave. So I have some questions for you. So what exactly are sleep patterns and what's a healthy amount of sleep you can get?
Well, they're just basically our daily sleep and waking periods. So however much time you you're awake and however much time you're sleeping. Most doctors advise you to sleep at least 8 hours of sleep, but that would be like asking everyone to wear a medium-sized shoe.
Kind of difficult.
Yeah.
Well, I have a question for Dr. Tuatasi. I was just wondering, since you're an expert on sleep patterns and waves, how do different sleep patterns affect the amount of sleep that you get?
Okay, so here's the thing. Different stages, as shown, we have stages 1, 2, 3, and 4. Stage 1 is really easy to get to. Actually, it's a fact that a lot of people waking up during stage 1 say they weren't sleeping yet. Stage 4, it actually takes an hour to reach. So let's say you were sleeping and you were being constantly interrupted for, let's say, every 30 minutes. You would not reach stage 4, which is deep sleep. So you would not get deep sleep during that sleeping time, even though you think you were sleeping. And so you'd stay, let's say, around stage 1 to 3. Stage 1 and 2 is around light sleep, while stage 3 you're entering deep sleep. But you're never going to get deep sleep since it takes an hour to reach there. So you'd be sticking around light sleep, and you need to reach that deep sleep to get good sleep.
So if you don't reach stage 3 or 4, are we just going to be really tired?
Definitely. It's a necessity to reach it. You need that strong period of sleeping to reach it and get all the benefits that sleeping has for everyone.
Well, actually, I have something to add on. A study done at Oregon University showed that people that don't get enough deep sleep are more likely to have Alzheimer's.
That sucks.
Rolling.
I actually have a question for you, Dr. McClellan. What are the symptoms of short sleepers?
Well, short sleepers technically can qualify as insomniacs, which insomnia doesn't always just mean not going to sleep at night. It also means being woken frequently from their sleep or waking early in the morning and not getting enough sleep. So oftentimes people are sleep deprived and it can harm their work, health, and relationships at times.
It's really interesting.
And that's an excellent place to wrap up. We're going to get another word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back to hear more from Dr. Tuatasi.
Okay, Mr. Anderson, are you comfortable?
Plenty, yes, thank you.
Okay, you're about to have an EEG, or electroencephalogram. We'll be measuring your brain waves, which run a pattern of slower, larger waves called alpha, which only happens when you sleep. Your body temperature will lower.
Why?
Please lay back down, Mr. Anderson.
Sorry.
Stay still.
Okay.
Your breath will slow.
Is that safe?
Your pulse will drop.
By how much?
Any questions?
Yeah, actually I have a couple. I was hoping that you could answer for me.
Okay, we will be sedating you now.
Okay.
Rolling.
Hey, Dr. Clark, I have to tell you about this crazy dream I had the other night. I was falling off of this building, which is horrifying because I'm afraid of heights. And then all of a sudden, I just woke up, and it was like I was shaking, and it was the strangest thing.
You know, I think that's called a hypnotic jerk.
Are you calling me a jerk?
No! Dr. Tuatasi is the expert on hypnotic jerks. It's when you wake up suddenly. So we should go to her and see what she thinks.
Let's go now.
We all go to sleep, but what happens when we do? Today, I'm going to show you what happens during your sleep and the stages we all go through. This is Penny. While she goes through her daily routine, I'll explain what is happening behind the scenes. Right now, she is awake and alert. While awake and alert, beta waves are active in her mind. Beta waves are small, fast brain waves. Most of the day, beta waves are active. But what about when we're asleep? As we begin to fall asleep, we go into stage 1 of our sleep process. Stage 1 is called light sleep. Everything in your body becomes more relaxed, including light heart rate and breathing. Some alpha waves begin to appear. Alpha waves are large, slow brain waves that occur when you're falling asleep. Sometimes you may experience hypnotic jerks, which are reflex muscle twitches. You may have experienced this before when having a dream where you had the sensation of falling, then suddenly woke up. In stage 2, body temperature begins to drop. Sleep spindles, or bursts of brain waves, occur during stage 2. These waves indicate that the person is sleeping. After 4 minutes of being in stage 2, people say that they were asleep if they are woken up. Stage 3 is when delta waves begin to appear. Delta waves are large, slow brain waves that begin to appear going into deep sleep. We begin to lose consciousness as well. Theta waves are the transition from consciousness to subconsciousness. Lastly, there is stage 4, which is deep sleep. Delta waves are strongly evident at this point of sleep, and the person is in a state of oblivion. Though it doesn't look like it from the outside, a lot takes place when you're going to sleep.
Excellent presentation, Dr. Tuatasi. Now, tell me, about how many cycles of sleep should one get a night to feel the most well-rested the next morning?
Okay, so like I said, we have 4 stages. You might think that since we reached the 4th stage, which is deep sleep, it's done, it's over. Once you reach that 1 hour that you need to get to deep sleep, that's all you need. No. As we have learned from Dr. Rivera, obviously you need more than 1 hour of sleep or just to get to the 4th stage. For a full cycle, it's 90 to 110 minutes. So I'd say 8 hours of sleep, you said, doctor? All right, so 8 hours of sleep. So pretty much about 6 cycles, I'd say.
I actually had a question or two for you, doctor. I've been having a lot of night terrors. Should I be worried?
Oh, absolutely not. Honestly, I've had night terrors too. I've had them a lot. And it's actually a really common thing to happen during the first stage of sleep. So nothing to worry about. Yeah.
Well, that's good. So I have one final question. It's gonna finish up the panel here. So what exactly is the difference between night terrors and a hypnotic jerk?
Okay, so a hypnotic jerk is actually a reflex muscle twitch. And a night terror, can you explain?
Night terrors are actually states of total panic that happen during non-REM sleep. Non-REM sleep basically just means non-dreaming sleep, which usually occurs during the fourth stage, as you say. And so night terrors usually last 15 to 20 minutes where you actually don't wake up, and when you do, you don't remember anything like you do with a hypnotic jerk.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so up next we're going to be hearing from Dr. McClellan further on night terrors and other things that kind of cause disturbances during our sleep.